your blood's pumping, you basically just want to get on with it. You do not want to miss the start.
It's imperative that you get a good position, even in a race over 3 miles, 5.5 furlongs. At any currency, there's no doubt that Alan Cooley, he really wants to be there. He wants to be in that lead.
He does. Alan Squeaky Cawley is his guy. You just see Simon McNeil trying to make his way onto that roster. Well, the guys are basically making life very difficult for themselves. They're trying to crowd that tape. He's not even up there.
Well, he is now, Simon McNeil. Mr. Catabatic, they call him. That's it. They're off and running in the Coral Welsh National. 20 runners charging downhill, 150 yards to the first turn, and holding the inside as they settle down as Giles cross. Beau is wider out. Just behind them, the white captain of this stage, Bench Warrant, as they charge around that turn. Further back in the field, then out very wide as Any Currency. He's getting a handy posse, but he's had to work fairly hard to get it. Just behind them is Viking Blonde, followed by Our Island. Artifer the inside, out deeper on the track then as they settle. Master Overseer. Carruthers being scrubbed up early to try and hold his position. Well back in the field in Difference Curve. He's well out the back. So too is at this stage Au Noir de Samosa, and Ballyfitz has almost tailed off. Heading into the back now. They jump a total of 22 fences, and Giles Cross, second last year, led to the first and led over it well. All jumping it well. Ballyfitz in last position. Up in second is Beau, followed in third then by Bench Warrant the inside as they go to the open ditch. Then Any Currency out deeper on the track. A Viking Blonde wasn't that fluent at it. Then Our Island the inside from Artifer. So they go over the third. Further back in the field, Kappa Blur. Carruthers just being run off his feet in the early stages. Out very wide in Difference Curve, has made some good ground. Galaxy Rock is not that far away as they go to the fourth now. And further back in the field, Au Noir de Samosa is second last, and last is Ballyfitz. Heading down towards the fifth fence, and Beau joined Giles Cross in the lead. 2 lengths away then in third is Any Currency, followed then by Bench Warrant the centre from Our Island. Artifer on the inside, just behind them in the second rank. Galaxy Rock is out very wide. Right there in the centre is a Viking Blonde as they head now towards the last one down the back. They were followed by Kappa Blur. Carruthers not jumping well early. Further back in the field then Master Overseer with the yellow sleeves and cap right in the middle of the pack there from Blazing Bailey, and then Cannington Brook. Then on the inside is Hey Big Spender. They were followed further back in the field then at this stage by Heathcliff, giving them a long start as they prepare to leave the back. And right in the centre, Knight and Coombe being ridden by the youngest rider, Brendan Powell, right in the middle of the pack. And Mumble's Head about third last. Sweeping now around that bend towards the home turn for the first time, and Giles Cross a half length to Beau. Just in behind them is Artifer, followed then by Any Currency. In the centre next is Our Island. Further back on the inside, Carruthers ridden along and now starting to make a little bit of ground, followed by Viking Blonde. They were followed then by Bench Warrant as they come to the seventh. Out wider, Galaxy Rock jumped it well, being tracked there by the Irish Raider in Difference Curve. Starting to make some ground now. Master Overseer in the centre, followed then by at this stage Knight and Coombe as they head over that one, the second ditch, and then back towards the rear. We've lost one there as they head down towards the next one, looking down the track there, and it looks like Master Overseer. Master Overseer, I think. No, it's Mumble's Head. Mumble's Head is gone as they race up now the home straight the first time, and it's Giles Cross, the leader, from Beau, and then Artifer getting up on the inside of Our Island over the 10th. Then Any Currency and Galaxy Rock. They're followed then by Indifference Curve out wider. Further back in the field then in the centre, Viking Blonde from Kappa Blur as they come now to the next. In the centre, Knight and Coombe, followed by Master Overseer and Blazing Bailey out wide. Heathcliff is next. They're followed by Bench Warrant and Cannington Brook, and Carruthers run off his feet. He's dropped back to fourth last, followed by Orforded Samosa, and further back then is Hey Big Spender and Ballyfitz. And Giles Cross, second last year, leads them down to the stable bend the second time.
He's loving it, Jim. He's having a great time out there. Beau as well. He's been quite keen as the fair. He's been burning up a bit of energy too, but Carruthers, Matty Batchelor, is desperate to get him off the inside. He's not jumping well in a crowd, and he needs to get him outside with a bit of daylight, and then he may pick up.
Well, as they start this stiff uphill climb towards the back now for the second and final time, and Galaxy Rock there in the red cap has just been ridden along. Knight and Coombe starting to make some ground for 16-year-old Brendan Powell as they start to run down the back. There's Carruthers, red sleeves and cap, and he may be now starting to pick up again, but as Mick said, he's got to get off the inside. The leaders, though, are Beau in the purple cap and Giles Cross by 2 or 3 lengths. In the third place are Defer. Out deeper then is Our Island, followed next as they go over the 12th by Galaxy Rock. Further back then is Any Currency, followed then by Knight and Coombe, who's getting a real tune out of this. They're followed as they go to the third ditch by Heathcliff out wide, then Kappa Blur, and gone there is Hey Big Spender. Hey Big Spender, a heavy faller there as they head now towards the 13th, and the leaders Giles Cross and Beau. From in third are Defer. In fourth then is Our Island from Kappa Blur, and they were followed then by Knight and Coombe as they start now to run down to the next one, next plain fence. Knight and Coombe got in a fraction tight. Cannington Brook was further back. Then Any Currency is further back in the field. But as they prepare now to as they head now towards the second last one down the back, and the leaders Giles Cross, and on the outside Beau Ardefer running a great race. They're clear then of Our Island and Kappa Blur. Ballyfitz has been pulled up as they head down towards the last one down the back. And this is 6 out, and the leaders jump it well, and they're really strung out now. But it's Giles Cross, who was second last year, just trying to hold on from Beau, who's really serving it up to him. 4 lengths away then is Ardefer, followed by Kappa Blur behind them, then Cannington Brook. But Giles Cross, he's really got some gas left.
He's loving it here as well. Dennis O'Regan, you can see him, he's just perched up there. You can see Charlie Post on Beau. He looks fairly comfortable as well, but Kappa Blur, Paul Maloney trying to nurse this one into it back and forth.
So as they round the turn now, and it's Giles Cross, Dennis O'Regan, just the leader by 2 lengths Beau. 6 lengths away then Ardefer from Kappa Blur, and further back then Cannington Brook, a long gap then Our Island, followed then by Bench Warrant, and also then Knight and Coombe. 5 out, Giles Cross absolutely flew it. Ardefer got in a fraction tight in third, but it's Giles Cross, Dennis O'Regan by 5 lengths as they come to the last ditch now. He steadies, he's over it well. Beau won't go away, is sticking on well. A long gap then to the chasing pack headed by Ardefer. They race up towards the third last. Giles Cross, can he hold on? He's 3 lengths clear of Beau. He comes towards the third last. He walked through it. He's over at 2.5 lengths clear. Beau in second. A long gap then Kappa Blur, who's running on from a long way back. Now Beau racing now to Giles Cross in the second last. He was spring-heeled in it. Beau for Charlie Post has taken it up now with 1 to jump in the Welsh National. It's Beau by 2 lengths now as they come towards the last. He steadies. He's over it. Beau, he's landed full of running. He's 3 lengths in front now. Giles Cross coming back for more. Beau though is clinging to this lead, and Beau is going on to win it well. Third 2 years ago, and he wins it finally. A Welsh National victory for Richard Lee and Charlie Post as Beau wins it well. Giles Cross is second, third Kappa Blur, fourth then is Bench Warrant, fifth further back Cannington Brook, followed by Our Island, then All Noir de Samosa. They were followed by Knight and Coombe, who I think is the last of the finishers. Heathcliff running on. The others are all pulled up or haven't completed the course. The winner, though, is number 13, Beau, ridden by Charlie Post, the 10-to-1 winner of the Coral Welsh National. Second is number 8, Giles Cross, Dennis O'Regan, second again. And third is number 4, Kappa Blur, Paul Maloney. Fourth, number 20, Bench Warrant, ridden by the 10-pound claimer, Gavin Sheehan. But what a performance, what a staying performance by this winner.
He was given a great ride by Charlie Post. He's very much a journeyman jockey, Charlie. This is only his 9th winner of the season, but you can see what it means, and all the other lads coming up congratulating him because they know what it's like for a guy who works as tirelessly as he does.
And desperate for Giles Cross, who has